Native people, Native culture, Native knowledge. Hi, I'm Jeannie Green, bringing you award-winning Heartbeat Alaska.
Bringing you national and international Native news, this is award-winning Heartbeat Alaska, the premier Native voice in Native programming.
There's a heartbeat, louder than thunder, revolution is in the air. There's a heartbeat deep inside our mother. Are you too cool to care?
Now, with Heartbeat Alaska, here's Jeannie Green.
Hi, thank you for joining us for Heartbeat Alaska Native News and Native Information. I'm Jeannie Green, and this week we present part 2 of Buffy Sainte-Marie. Before we move on, though, I'd like to remind you once again about the most important march in the history of Alaska Natives, and that is the We the People March. Heartbeat Alaska will be there, as we are every year, bringing you a special report on the We the People March. This year's annual third march is dedicated to the preservation of our cultures and to subsistence. And we encourage you, of people of all races, all cultures, all walks of life, to join us in the march. We're gathering at 4th and I on May 3rd at 1 o'clock. We encourage you to bring colorful banners and also to wear your regalia. That's May 3rd at 4th and I at 1 p.m. Join the rest of us in marching for subsistence. I hope to see you at the march. I'll be there. I'll be back with Heartbeat Alaska right after this.
The future of our people is threatened by diabetes, but we can fight it by controlling our blood sugar.
I choose healthy foods.
I exercise every day and keep my blood sugar close to normal.
I always take my medication.
Control your diabetes because our young ones look up to you. We must take charge for future generations. Control your diabetes for life.
And now here's our favorite, Buffy Sainte-Marie, part 2.
At one point in my life, I was asked to become a part of the cast of Sesame Street. And I didn't want to just go on and say the alphabet or count from 1 to 20. I wanted to give them something of Native culture that little kids would love and their caretakers would understand for the first time. I wanted to let them know that Indians exist. And I had been on Sesame Street for about 6 months, and I found out, oh, I'm going to have a baby. So at that point, I let all of my touring go. I said, I'm not going to record anymore. I'm going to do this. So for the next 16 years, raising my son, all I did was 5 years of Sesame Street, and then when it was time for him to go to school, I just stayed home and did very few concerts, except on a few reserves. And I stayed home to be a mommy and to be an artist. And it was the best thing I could have done as an artist. I learned more and more about my computers. I learned what I wanted to do as an artist. What I'm doing in the computer and making a picture of some of these people is I'm honoring them. That's my intent. This picture of elder brothers actually is my son's ancestors. And then I've used his father's eyes to cross the generations. So I'm trying to cross the generations because I feel as though the generations then had something to give us. Now, I've honored them with eagle feathers that are in no photograph. So anybody who recognizes pieces of this as a historical photograph will say, wait a minute, they didn't have any eagle feathers. What I've done is I've taken eagle feathers that were given to me by some of our elders who are gone now. And I took the eagle feathers themselves and I put them on my flatbed scanner, and the picture goes into the computer. And I've given them to these people. I'm trying to show that they're between the worlds, that we can still access them, that we can come across the generations, that we can access the past and bring the past into the future. Because although people talk about Native people throughout the world as having a past, I'm really tired of dead Indians. So I'm more interested in people knowing about live Indians when they were alive and about our present and about the fact that we really do have a future.
I'm a rambler and a rover and a wanderer, it seems. I've traveled all over, chasing after my dreams. But a dream should come true, and a heart should be filled, and a life should be lived in the piney wood hills. I'll return to the woodlands, I'll return to the snow, I'll return to the hills and the valley below. I'll return like a poor man or a king upon wheels, but I'm on my way home to the piney wood hills. I was raised on a song there, and I done right, I done wrong there. And it's true, I belong there, and it's true, it's my home. From ocean to ocean, I've rambled and roamed, and soon I'll return to my piney wood home. Maybe someday I'll find someone who will love as I love my piney wood hills. I was raised on a song there, and I done right, I done wrong there. And it's true, I belong there, and it's true, it's my home. And I'll return to the woodlands, hey, high up. I'll return to the snow, I'll return to the hills and the valley below. I'll return like a poor man or a king if God wills, but I'm on my way home to the piney wood hills.
You know, some information can be really hard to deal with, including the treatment of indigenous people throughout the world. You can get paralyzed with guilt if you're white. You can get paralyzed with bitterness if you're native. Now, there's some people who tell you to just throw all that away, but me, I think that guilt and bitterness are two sides of the same coin, and I don't think you should throw it away at all. I think about those ancient people walking out on the prairies and picking up that dried buffalo chips. You know, that's manure. Now, modern people, they might think of that as negativity. But our ancestors knew what to do with that stuff, you know. They know how to use that stuff for fuel, for the magic that only human creatures can do. Turn it into fuel and make fire. Now, what do we do when we make fire? We create light. We create heat. You can fall in love across a fire. You can read a book beside a fire. You can write a book beside a fire. You can build a community around a fire. You can cook up something really good. Or instead, you can take that negativity, that manure, that guilt, that bitterness, and you can use it like fertilizer and grow something brand new. But don't spread it on your face like makeup. Don't use it like your badge of identity. I'm the bitterest thing in the whole world. I'm so guilty I can't function. And don't eat it. Burn it like fuel. Do the human being magic. Here's a song for all of you who already knew all of that. This is a song for all our generations past, no matter where they came from, and all our generations yet to come. It's called Star Walker.
He's a star walker, don't drink no wine. Hey, hey, hey. Wolf Rider, she's a friend of yours. You've seen her opening doors. She's a history turner. She's a sweetgrass burner and a dog soldier. Hey, 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 hey. Holy light, guard the night. Pray up your medicine song. Straight dealer, you're a spirit healer, keep going on. Hey, 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 hey. Lightning woman, thunder child, star soldiers, one and all. Oh, sisters, brothers, and all together, all aim straight, stand tall. He's a star walker, don't drink no wine. Hey, 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 hey. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I want to thank everybody who's contributed so much to making this evening really wonderful for me. Our band, Neil Chapman on bass, Kevin McKenzie on drums, Monty Horton on guitar, Jack Lenz on keyboards, the Almond Strings, Stony Park, and Red Bull.
BP, working for Alaska.
We started back in September. We started off with 20 kids. Actually, we started back in June of last year, and I was a coordinator for the culture camp for Natives for Sobriety. And that's how this group got started. I had a bunch of kids call on me from all over the city and borough here and stating that they wanted a dance group. And when we left culture camp last year, they all wanted a culture camp. So they kind of talked me into it, and we started the drum group, and we got a name, we got sponsors, we got 501c3 status. So we have the ability to raise our own money. We raise our own money, we make our own regalia, and we try and perform for as much people as we can so that we can get ourselves noticed out in the public. We have 16 clans represented in this group now, and they come from 8 different villages. They're all the way from the interior, all the way down to the southern panhandle by Ketchikan and Heidelberg area. Currently I have 72 kids signed up, but majority of 52 to 60 will show up for dance practices and dance performances. So the kids are pretty dedicated in what they're doing here. I try to teach them as much culture as I can, as much heritage as I can give them. Fairly in the younger generation myself. I'll be 44 years old this summer, so I'm learning as I teach also. I learn a lot from a lot of the elders, and a lot of the elders pull me aside, give me songs, tell me stories, let me know what the songs are about so I don't make any mistakes. It takes a lot of work, a lot of hard dedication. I help the kids with their regalia. They all make regalia. We're going to make drums this summer. We'll be making leggings this summer. We now have a count so that we can get more material, and our regalia is starting to look a lot better. The kids' age groups range from 4 years old to 19 years old, and we practice at Cedar Park Recreational Center from 5:30 to 7:30, and the kids show up every Friday and every Thursday and Friday, and they're pretty dedicated about it. If they don't have the ability to get to the practice, they'll give me a call and let me know, or they'll give one of our instructors a call and let us know.
Everyone for joining us for Heartbeat Alaska. Please feel free to call us. Hello to all our friends across Canada. We're so glad you invited us into your home. Let's all be a source of joy, shall we? A source of joy for our circle of friends and family. God bless every single one of you. We'll see you again next week.
To the heartbeat drum, hey ah, oh. Long summer night.